Hi beauty fans, just want to do a few shorter reviews for you today, and it's products that I use every day. I couldn't live without them, and they're definitely my desert island products. I couldn't take just one of them with me anyway. I'd have to have all of these as I use them all the time. Some of them are real oldies you'll probably have already heard of, so I'm not going to do a full review of each one in depth because there's a zillion out there on the internet already, but I just want to do a nice little short overview of all the different products that I use on a daily basis and what my favourites are and how I use them. So I'll start off with one I'm sure you've all heard of, which is the Elizabeth Arden 8-Hour Cream. My kids call this the magic cream because it really does heal everything. So it's more like a gel if you haven't seen it before, like a gel or a balm. I'll show you. I'll just put some on the back of my hand here. So it's like a clear gel or balm, great for use on your lips. You can stick your eyebrows down, you can put it on your cuticles, and it really does heal things really quick. It smells a bit, my husband always says it smells a bit like old grannies, but it's great for cuts, grazes, burns. Sometimes if you get like a little cut down the side of your nail, it's really good for that. Chapped skin on your feet or anywhere on your body at all, it's really, really good. So it's expensive, but that will last me pretty much a whole year, and I use it almost every day, and all of the family use it as well. So it's definite my absolute favourite product ever. Definitely can't live without this one. So on to the next one, which is the traditional Olay Beauty Fluid. So I try different moisturisers all the time. Some I stick to for a while, but this is one I always come back to. So recently I asked my mum, who's 60, nearly 68 now, I asked her how she kept her skin so nice and soft. And she told me this is all she uses on her face. She washes it with water and then she puts this on her face. And honestly, she has really clear, lovely, soft skin. It's really good for moisturising. I tend to use it like really on my neck as well as my face. But yeah, as I say, I'll try other ones, but I always end up coming back to this, and it is dirt cheap. Next up, I've got a foundation that I use, that I've been using for a while now. Estee Lauder Double Wear. Again, this has got a real cult following, so you've probably already heard of it. I use number 1W2, which is Sand. I just think it's got great coverage for somebody who has a lot of blemishes. It gives a really nice, even finish. You do need to moisturise well first, because otherwise it can feel quite drying, but it does really last. So fabulous for nights out, important events, weddings, blah blah blah. It's really good. Loads of different shades as well. Staying with Estee Lauder, next I've got their Double Wear mascara. Now this is the Zero Smudge Volume and Lift, because there's loads of different ones, but I really like this because I like volume and length in my mascara. But this is the only mascara I've ever used that doesn't smudge and flake. Everything else I've ever used does. So again, it's quite expensive, but in my opinion, worth it. Okay, back to skincare a little bit now. This is quite a recent find of mine, but no, I'm totally addicted to it. Sanctuary Spa 5-minute thermal detox mask, and it's kind of a self-warming mask. So there's loads of masks about at the moment that talk about charcoal in them to draw out imperfections and clarify your skin. So I really wanted to try one with charcoal in, and it's really lovely and warming for in the bath. So you wash your face, cleanse it, and then while it's still wet, it needs to be a little bit damp to activate the self-heating, and you rub it all over your face and just have a nice relax in the bath for 10 minutes. And it has a lovely warming effect. It doesn't dry hard like some of the more clay-based masks, which I quite like actually, but it's really nice, and it gives your skin a real good detox. That's that one. So staying on skincare, this is the only body moisturiser I can use without feeling like some kind of slippery chicken. Generally, I hate body moisturisers and lotions, and until I found this one, and it's only $2.99. It's really good value, and it's from the Botanics range at Boots. It's a really thick but not greasy, sinks in really quick, great moisturiser. So to me it smells quite fresh, a little, not dissimilar to the Elizabeth Arden, so a little bit medicinal smelling almost, but I quite like that. So yeah, it's really good, especially after you've been on holiday and your skin's really dehydrated. Slather yourself in that, does a real good job. That's makeup then. Now again, this is one that you'll have definitely heard of. Everybody loves it, but there's actually quite a few people use it incorrectly, and that's the YSL Yves Saint Laurent Touche Eclat. They say concealer pen. I think it's a highlighter pen. I don't like using it as a concealer in terms of blemishes or anything like that. I use it to highlight, and I do use it as a concealer under my eyes, but again I like to think that's more giving you more illuminated look rather than just covering them up. So personally I used to use the number 1, now I've changed to number 2 because I found number 1 was a little bit pinky, and nobody ever really explained to me at the counters the numbers as they go up, it's not just about getting darker. There are different tones in it, so some more pinky based, some more white based. So I really like number 2 now, I've changed that. Definitely stick to that one. And as I say, I use it to conceal under the eyes, do like a triangle under the eyes and just pat it in. Really good for here where you get lines, here, highlight that bit. Sometimes down my nose if I want a more contour look, and either across those lines that I've got there or just in the middle, just to give you a more radiant look. So I'll put that on after my foundation, before any blusher. So sticking with concealers, if I want to conceal more blemishes, as I say, I don't use the YSL. I use Industrial Strength Benefit Boing. So it's much thicker, much more matte. So in my mind, if you're highlighting something and you're making it lighter like you would with a YSL, that's going to make it stand out even more. The light will hit it and that blemish is going to really stand out. So if you mattify it, put loads of this on, seal it with some powder, really good kind of industrial strength. Great if you're having photos taken or anything like that and you get a big breakout. And finally, on my products today is Batiste. So everybody loves Batiste, and again I think a lot of people use it incorrectly. So I was using it for years and years, where if I was short of time and instead of washing my hair in the morning, I'd spray a bit of this on my roots, particularly under here and round my ears. I found that I won't greasy the quickest, and then you spend a few minutes rubbing it all in so you get rid of that grey thing before you go out the door. Now I've discovered that if I know I'm not going to have time to wash my hair the next morning, if I use it before I go to bed, so spray it in exactly the same places, roots, around the back, around the ears, and then just leave it and then style my hair in the morning, it gives it really good staying power, and really you haven't got that grey look then. It's soaked in all night and done its job. So it's really good used that way, and that's a good way to do it for festivals or, like I say, where you already know that you're not going to be able to wash your hair the next morning. So I hope you enjoyed that. Just some, I'm sure some of you already use some of these products, so feel free to comment and tell me what you think of them too, and I'd love to hear what your best beauty buys are. As you can see from my arrangement, it doesn't matter whether it's £1 or £25, £30. If it works, it works. So I'll see you soon. Bye.